Hi, everybody. It's Bonkai 922. Once again, Maggie does it again. They do it again. Each week is like a freaking drug. I cannot start my week without my drug. And my drug is a Maggie chapter. Okay. Chapter 213, The Summit. Listen, something is going on here. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but something is going on. This chapter was like a whole barrel full of fishiness. There's something going on. I don't know what is going on, but it's something. There are several indications in this chapter that made me say, yeah, can you explain that to me again? Why are those people there? What did he say? Let me close my door, because I'm going to be very animated here. Now, in this chapter, we had the beginning, and, you basically have Alibaba, and everybody's getting off the boat, and they're getting greeted by the generals. And there was another good thing about this chapter that I found was very good. I thought this was like, wow, that was good. Was the whole thing with Alibaba and everyone, Morgiana and stuff, them standing with Sinbad. They weren't allowed to. And he was explaining a few things, and then Morgiana basically accepted it and told him he can tell him. And that's when we look at Shakun, Alibaba's master. He's like, he mentions something about Morgiana staying with him. Yeah, which was a touching scene. And I'll get into that. But there were several things. It was really two things, but I'm adding a third thing because I was just like, why are they there? I understood why they were there, but it just smells of what's going on here. Number one, why is the Magoi manipulation tribe there? If they're there to protect Sinbad, I don't see why. I don't understand why. That's number one. Number two, later on in this chapter, we have the arrival of the Maggies and a certain Maggie that shows up. And this Maggie tells Aladdin, just follow the director's orders. I'm like, what? Then the third thing that happens is, okay, the finalist corps shows up. Everyone's surprised, except Sinbad and Cohen. Let me get into this summary, though. And basically, like I told you, they're basically showing up in the beginning. Guardians are going to meet them. Everybody's in there. It's 5 of them of the Sinbad's household. And they're basically saying that they have to put their give them their metal vessels, so that they're basically telling Sinbad's brother. I mean, not Sinbad's brother. What am I talking about? Cohen's brother. Everyone can speak without reserve by leaving their weapons. And Alibaba's basically say there are 11 metal vessels here. These could easily destroy the world. And he's saying that anything could happen. And then I believe was his name, Jafar. He says to him, I haven't seen this character in a while, so I might forget his name. Leave yours as well. He's like, that's right. He puts it down, and we get this standoff: Sinbad and Cohen. And Sinbad's basically said, "Let's begin." I believe the setting of where this is taking place is Sandria. I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe that's where it is. So they basically stand it off on him, meeting up with him, and Morgiana's wondering why they she's like Masaru and Sinbad are there. He's like, and then it's I believe it's Cohen's brother. Coleman. He stops them from going. He's like, why can't we go to their side? You know, so on and so forth. And Alibaba's like, I'm the only one who accepted those conditions. He's like, don't be unreasonable. And Alibaba's basically saying that we can't go to the Sandria side because I have a promise I made. I'll definitely tell you everything when the time comes. They're basically saying to him, what do you mean? We haven't seen you since you went into that castle. You went into a different ship. What is happening to tell us? And Morgiana brings it up, saying that maybe something happened. Cole must have imposed something on him, and we should forcibly help him after all. And I believe it's I forgot her name. Whatever her name is. She mentions, no, if it was a matter of fighting, he would have done that already. There must be something at stake that he cannot move, but I don't know what it could be. And then we go to a flashback, surprisingly, with Masaru. And he basically tells Morgiana, I think the real role of a household is not to become an emotional enemy to your master no matter what. And then that's when Morgiana looks at Alibaba saying, could it be that the thing you offered in exchange for your duty towards Sandria is something important to you, something you would even die to protect? And they're like, so that's it. Oh man, what should we do? And he's like, yes, it is. Thanks. I won't let them do as they please toward you guys no matter what. And then we have Shukaku. He's basically saying, I'm glad that Morgiana is on Alibaba's side. That moment to me speaks volumes for this chapter. But that's not what threw me off. After that, we've got, his household. Cohen said, what a drag, those aren't even stilmated between the four of us, we could easily kill them. And this one guy says, you are too naive, Shishu. Can you feel, not feel? And they mentioned Ki, which I found was very weird, of the people behind Sinbad. And I'm like, who are they? The Yambala, the Magoi manipulation tribe? And I'm thinking to myself, why are they there? I was confused. But now I think about it, I know why they're there. See, they're from Reem. Just like the Finest Corps. So, there were a lot of things in this chapter that made me go like this. What the fuck was that about? A lot of fishiness in this chapter. And like I said, I'm going to give this 5 out of 5. So, it's like they were there. And basically, it was stated, and from this statement, I think they're not on Sandria. And basically, this island is supposed to make you powerless. You can't bring any vessels, and magicians can't enter here. And yet, he brought these guys to threaten us. And basically, they're telling adults with the small stuff. And then, even Shukaku and Masaru are looking and saying, what? Someone else shows up. And what's this? It's the Finalist Corps. They're there as well. And they're looking at Cohen and Sinbad, and they're not surprised at all. And then they're like, oh, it's based, Olba. He's saying, oh, must have been that information was leaked from the start. What kind of battles there must have been before this summit. And they're doing small talk. Again, with Sinbad saying that, oh, we're good. I'm good friends with Ren Cohen. He's saying, I met with him personally before this summit. And they're just saying, oh, after this summit, we'll have a drink. And it's like, oh, that's a good idea. I don't drink, but we should talk to each other. This totally blew my mind because wasn't it like, I don't know, last week or 2 weeks ago that freaking Moo was, and this is Moo talking to Sinbad, when he was talking to Morgiana and saying, of the finalist's homeland, and saying, oh, you shouldn't trust Sinbad. I'm like, I'm guessing this is a front. This is a front. Something fishy is going down here. Big time fishiness. Big time. The manipulation, magoi manipulation tribe is there. That blew me away. Then you get the real blown away. Yunnan shows up. And he basically says he's right, Sinbad, saying about, to get the point, Cohen was basically saying. So let me introduce you to the two friends who have the leading role today. And we see this explosion, and we see, and I was saying, here they come. It's Aladdin and Titus? Because we all know that Titus is, he's basically a Magi now. This, what he said, threw me off. I was like, excuse me? Aladdin's basically saying, was there really a need for us to arrive in such a flashy way? Just follow the director's orders. Plus, this looks kind of cool, quite cool. It's making me feel excited. And they say, Aladdin. You want to know what I think? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Yunnan, wasn't he talking to Aladdin when Sinbad couldn't hear? The whole atmosphere of this chapter is fishy. I'm telling you guys right now, Moo, front. He put up a front and says, yeah, we're good friends, Sinbad. Yeah. Meanwhile, on the side of him, he's thinking, no. So, and then basically they show up and, he says, Aladdin, gathered kings, there's something I want to tell you all, something that no one knows about another world, about Alma Toran. And it says, finally the legend is told. I have no idea where to start with this. Now, truth be told, the Magoi manipulation tribe, the person who trained Alibaba when he went to Reem was the guy who's part of the Magoi manipulation tribe. True. That is true. And it is true that Sinbad, Aquapo, went there and trained and all that stuff, and I need to get something real quick to do that. Give or take. Now, it is true, but that doesn't explain why they're all there. that doesn't explain it. I'm like, what? Why are they there? What? It totally blew my mind. And I'm guessing the director's orders, I'm thinking he meant Yunnan. Titus to Sinbad when he said, went to Aladdin when he said that. Now, overall, like I said, 5 out of 5. The finalists showed up. That's surprising to a point, but not as surprising to the manipulation Magoi tribe. That really threw me off. So, yeah, just why are they there? I don't. I know they're part of Reem, but how are they part of this alliance with Sinbad? Doesn't make any sense. Maybe you guys can explain that to me, because I have no clue. No clue. This was an awesome chapter. You could cut the tension with a knife. Definitely love that scene with Alibaba and Morgiana. Just goes to show you the trust that, you know, she has with him and all that jazz. This next week's gonna be massive. Just a massive chapter. Just a massive, massive chapter. So, but we have to wait and see on that. Give or take. So, you know. But I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't understand why they're there. It's just like a huge what the fuck. But I hope there's not an underlining here. Like someone's gonna betray somebody and steal something. I could see it really getting real crazy here. And like I said, people in the comment section below, can you explain that to me? Why the magoi manipulation tribe is there? Are they part of the alliance? It's Sinbad? They're not supposed to be there. This is going to be a huge what the fuck next week. Can't wait for the next chapter. Tell me what you guys think. Bonkai922. See you guys later. And finally, this is going to be massive. 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 So we'll have to wait and see. Bonkai922. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.